Hi, this is Shane R. Monroe, and today we are going to be looking at the Mamut DX grips. These are brand new, literally hit the United States today. I haven't even opened the box yet. I know a lot of you are very excited. We had these Mamut touch grips before, which of course are considered by many to be the ipso de facto standards in grips for your Oculus, Quest, and Rift touch controllers. And I've talked these up, I've shot videos, I've praised the heavens about these grips. These sound like they're even better. So we're gonna open these together, we're gonna take a look at them, we're gonna put them on and see how well they work. And then I will do a proper review once I've had an actual opportunity to play Beat Saber and other games with them. So, like I said, I haven't even opened these yet myself, so very excited.
Let's hope these don't take an hour to put on like these ones do.
All right, we'll see. Here's the box. Mamut Grips DX. Online manual. These are Mamut Apto Ready with Grips DX. There you go. Got it?
Yep.
All right. So what are these supposed to have that are different than these? Well, there's a number of different features. I'm very excited for some of these especially.
Well, may I point out, one thing I really do want, I want these gone because eventually these are not comfortable and they will like press into your skin. It's not comfortable sometimes.
Well, those are still there.
Oh.
All right, so let's take a look at these guys. So here are the actual pieces themselves. They are sort of
maroon.
Is that a maroon color? I don't know
Yeah,
what that is.
that's like a dark. Actually, it's
Velcro strips.
It's kind of velvet, kind of, you know, velvet, maroon, dark red, somewhere in that category.
They make these hard to get into. All right.
So what are different about these?
Well, we're gonna get there. So here are the straps, and yeah. Make these very.
Do you need scissors?
No, we'll just tear it open. All right. We got these guys.
Velvet pouches? Or like velvet strap things?
All right, so let's take a look at these guys. First thing, thank you guys, by the way, for labeling them. The last ones were not labeled, and if you put them on backwards, you wanted to tear your hair out. So this is the left, and this is the right. They feel a little bit thinner. They feel like similar material. You can see a couple of new design elements here, namely which are some different lengths for this to go into. Let me pull this open here. Right, so based on your hand size, if your hands are bigger, you can use an external look or an external piece, or you can go in more and tighten them up a little bit more. So let's get these guys off. So these old touch controller grips, when you had to change the battery out, this was a huge thing. You'd have to at least loosen it, pull this guy off like that, and you could change the batteries out like this. A lot of people actually took the entire grip off, but I did not do that. So we'll take the whole grip off of here so you guys can compare and contrast. So here's what the old grip looked like. And here's the little piece that goes in there. And here's the new grip. So there's definitely a difference here, and you'll see those in just a minute, because that's what these little guys are for. I'm excited about these. Oops, it's stuck together in here. All right, so let's take that. So let's take a look here. These exactly the same. These look exactly the same, the little springy guys.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they reused that piece. And these Velcro things stick to everything. Good Lord.
Well, they're Velcro for a reason.
All right, so the other things that are worth noting are there is a connector to connect the original strap on there. So you can tell I don't have, obviously, the original strap still on mine, but you can see that there's a spot where the original strap would hook in. You'd have to take the battery cover off and then slide it out in the whole bit. For those of you who like the original strap, there's a little original strap area here that you can plug your original strap into and continue to use that. Here is our, oops, there is our little piece to crimp down. And you'll notice here that it's no longer, as you can see with this guy, the strap and the hook for the strap that goes around the ring are the same item. In this case, as you can see, I'll show on the box. No, they're actually two separate items that crimp these together. One of which is the strings, of course, as before, but the attachment to the top, which one is this guy? It's the left. All right. So if we were to slide this on.
I think that's as far as it goes.
Smooth and tight. Okay, so there we go. This is what the new one looks like on. So if I were to take a feel here between the two, they feel very similar. You can see. Okay, so I've got larger hands. I'm going to assume I'm going to use, now there's a video online. I'm sure it'd probably be a lot easier for me to use that, but I'm going to take a guess on how these things go together. Plus, this tells you how easy your product is to use. If you don't need a video for it, then you're probably doing okay.
It is if you do it correctly.
If you do it correctly. Otherwise, you go back to the video. But I was so excited to get this out that I decided to go for it. Right? So this is how this tends to work. Right? As you can see, this actually bends down over your hand. Whereas this one, as my son pointed out earlier, is a straight down pull right onto your hand. This can actually start making your hand hurt a little bit if you're too crimped too tight. In this case, these guys come around here. So it's still keeping it on here, but it's also wrapping itself around your hand.
That way it doesn't like pull on it. It doesn't stress on it.
Yeah. Then you use the Velcro guy.
What's the purpose of that?
Let's see if I can show this better. So the Velcro is what actually attaches it up here. Right? So you get it nice and tight.
That makes it easier to take it off.
There you go. Now you're attached. Nice and tight here with the Velcro.
Trying to get a shot of it.
Oh, got to keep moving it around, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now it's tight, nice and tight up here. This still has play in it, which is great, as we talked about earlier. We will then take our hook. I'm going to go ahead and run this through. See if I can do this. Got to push this in pretty hard to get those first ones in there. All right. And the next guy.
It's through.
Okay, good. And then we just push it in and tighten it down.
I don't think your hand's that thin.
Probably not that small.
It's like a child's.
All right, so let's put this on.
You want me to help tighten?
And I can tighten like that.
How about you put on the other one and see? Tighten that one all.
This one's still pretty loose.
Tighten that one all the way too, so we can feel like which one feels better.
So I am so used to this one being so binding to my hand. There's like no play in here at all. This one, there is a little bit of play. You can't really tell, I guess, from the camera.
Like pretend you're playing Beat Saber.
Right.
Which one feels better to move around?
They actually both feel really good. I mean, like I said, I'm used to this one being crimping up here where this one does not.
Something I'm wondering about, how come this is straight, but this is like...
Well, these are just, these are older. These have been run through the mill a few more times. Right?
So it feels good?
Yeah, it feels good. It stays on. It's comfortable. They claim that these are thinner. Let's see if we can tell. So these, we look at our thickness.
I say we just use the ones that aren't.
Aren't you clever?
Attached. It would make it 10 times easier.
All right. So are we talking about thinner plastic?
Yeah.
A little bit.
You can see right here, well, at least on the camera, that's clearly thicker than that.
So this is supposed to be a little thinner, a little more comfortable.
Squish it. Like, do this.
Take a feel.
This one's a little hard to squish. Oh, yeah. This is... Feel that. Feel how easy it is to squish compared to this.
Now, that's what these little guys are for, is to kind of get rid of the remaining string. So you put these around here, then they become straps sort of like the index controller.
Wait.
So now I put these around here.
Oh, thank gosh. See what I mean? That's what I wanted.
Now,
I wanted something that doesn't hurt my hand.
Now you can actually put this guy on.
Now, how does that feel?
Feels great. We're going to tighten this up nice and snug.
Why didn't you let the camera
Now, here's the cool part about this. With this guy, the tighter you pull it, right, the more it pulls, how can I put this? It forces your hand to center up more, right? So if you can see,
yeah,
look where
like,
my thumb is. You can't really get to the...
I've felt that before. I've been playing and I've wondered, why do I have to like bend my thumb down to get aligned with the analog stick properly?
Because for this one though, however, now you can see that my hand is more set towards the bottom end versus this coming down off the top. It's not pulling my hand up. So in the natural state of things, if you look, the natural state of things, oops, let me tighten this back up. That's fair, right? So the natural state of things is my thumb is a little bit lower over here. So if I were to kind of tap these down, I guess it's about the same, really. But
here,
I don't. But this is a lot more comfortable because it's holding over the top versus pinching over the top. All right, so let's do the deed. This is how quick and easy this guy will be. We'll pull this
and
off.
since this is another good thing, with these, it kind of indents your hand, so it kind of cuts off a little blood there. With this, it won't imprint your hand at all, since of that little Velcro thing.
Let's go ahead and install this next one.
So, how much easier do you think it is knowing which side's which now, left and right?
Considering how much level of effort it took me the first time through because I had them flipped around incorrectly, I'd say it's a lot easier. So thank you, Mamut, for taking heed for those from those videos. Go ahead, stick this guy in here. Here, go ahead and stick these in.
Well, they are designed in Sweden. That could be.
Okay. So
these just came out today.
Yep, these are just, everybody who's getting these are getting them today, which is why I was really in a hurry to get this video out. Because here's what's going to happen. If you decide you want these things and you're going to order them, they're coming from overseas, and I guarantee they'll be sold out before you know it, and then you'll be upset. Here's my teeth.
Well, I'm sure everyone's having the same problem with these. Don't know where they go. It hurts after a while.
Okay, so now we're back in here. We need our, where did the Velcro strap go?
What do you mean? Oh.
I'm assuming they probably would have the logo sticking outwards. But we're doing this quickly so we can get this video done.
It's not too bad. We just hit 12 pretty much. Okay. Just about.
And then we'll wrap it.
I think the best addition to this is definitely the Velcro wrap around those.
All right, so we'll tighten these guys up. All right, here we go.
So, would you recommend getting these if you're a first-time Oculus buyer, like for the Quest?
I can't even imagine not. I mean, when I first got these guys, and I said that there's no way you should not own these things, especially if you've ever used an index controller on the Valve Index. Wrapping around your hand, I don't feel like I have to be holding on to these the whole time or worried about the wrist straps breaking because they're pretty thin and flimsy. They're not going anywhere. Even if your hands are open, they're not going anywhere.
On a scale of 1 to 10, before you had these grips, how much would your hands hurt after using them without the grip? Because you had to keep holding on to them.
Oh yeah, you had to keep holding on to them all the time. You get these strain in your wrists and stuff. These things make it so much easier to not have to do that.
So what % of your full grip do you think you're using holding these?
Like, normally speaking, my hands would be cupped under here because I wanted to get to these buttons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So normally my hands would be here. But before, if I wanted to play Beat Saber or whatever, I would actually have to hold, I would be gripping like this.
And
right? So now I can literally grip like this and have my thumb and my finger up and not holding on.
Here's also a good thing. There's quite a bit of exercise things, and your hands are one of the things that sweat the most in your body. So if you don't have those grips, imagine what it's like holding on with your sweaty hands onto the, like, these controllers are very sleek, so your hands will, like, slide. And guess what? The next day you end up buying a new controller and a new fan because you just shattered the old one.
So that really makes a good point. So one of the best parts about this is the textured grip. Now, obviously this isn't new, but if you're new to Mamut, this also puts a tacky sort of grip to them. That makes it easier to hold on to, right? Less sweat, which is also good. But here's an important part that nobody talks about when they talk about these things. One of the nasty factors of these Oculus controllers are that the battery case right here, in fact, we'll pull this off in a minute, I'll show you, the battery case will slide. So you're doing Beat Saber, and that battery cover will slide slightly out, and it freaks you out, you're worrying about it popping off, it ruins your Beat Saber score. So I know what you're probably thinking too is, what about changing the batteries out? Right, that does happen. Well, one of these guys' drawbacks was that a lot of people were actually having to almost take them completely off to get them apart. This is supposed to be a lot easier because they're Velcro. I didn't mean to take the whole thing off, but now these things slide right off. So
wow, so you don't have to loosen.
You don't have to loosen. You don't have to retighten. In and out a lot faster. Here's what I promised you about the battery case. So you're playing, your grip on here.
It's magnetic.
Your grip on here as you're playing, as your hand slides back, see how it pulls that back just a little tiny bit? And you'll be doing this while you're playing Beat Saber. It'll make you crazy. That's what makes this so great.
Well, and then here's the thing. Not only, if it doesn't bother you, I mean, that's good. But after a while, you know, that magnet will start to fade. And you'll be playing Beat Saber and your battery case will just go flying.
Could well happen that way.
But yeah, but like you're saying, these cases prevent that kind of from sliding.
There you go. And you're back in business a lot quicker, by the way, than you were before. All right, that's it. So this is the Mamut Grip DX. And these are, I think, on sale right now for $31 plus shipping from Sweden. It's from Sweden. So they take a little while to get here. I guarantee you these things are going to be out of stock probably by the time you get to watch this video. If you want them, get them now. These things move really quick. These first time I got them, I had to wait to get the original ones. So do yourself a favor. Mamut Grips DX, about 31 bucks. Will totally change your Beat Saber and your whole VR experience.
So I have a few questions. One, how much was the old ones?
The old ones I think were like $36. And I think the new ones are about the same price. But they're on sale right now. I was just on the website.
So how much are they originally, if they're not on sale?
They were the high 30s, high $30. US dollars. US dollars.
So it's definitely worth the investment.
I think so. If you're serious about virtual reality, if you're serious about protecting your interest, if you're serious about holding parties, well, who's doing that now, holding parties, right? But if you're serious about sharing VR with others, being able to give them a positive grip experience, it's very useful. People are very comfortable having that on there.
Okay, I'm just going to point out another great fact about these grip things. So a lot of people buy Oculus, Quest, Rift for their families, right? And usually that involves little kids. Now, little kids usually get tired a lot quicker than other people, so they'll start to stop gripping on. With these, they don't have to worry about not gripping, but if you don't have the grips, then that's $50 in the hole.
Yeah, and the straps that are there are very, very, lightweight and thin. Those of you who don't have any of these things know that. So my concern over time, of course, because we have to look at this from another approach, is how is this going to hold up here? How is this stress point in the plastic going to hold? It feels very solid. I don't think it's going to break. These are also a point of weakness here. How will these handle over time? We'll have to see as time moves on. Because these are actually being actively pulled, whereas these were actually just being held up straight. So we'll have to see how that works out.
I think that the rubber will hold up. As I've seen, usually strong, durable rubber lasts for years at a time.
Here they are. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications. Once I get a chance to take these out in the field, play a little Beat Saber, play some high impact stuff, I'll be back and I'll give you a quick follow-up review. This is Shane R. Monroe. Thank you for watching.